You're watching CarTell.tv and I'm Jenny.
So let me tell you a bit about Mahindra. It's a company that's been around since 1947 and has become one of the top 10 respected companies in India. They're all about purpose-driven growth. Their mantra is, "Together we rise." And they say they're committed to some pretty important stuff, like empowering women and have a 75-year heritage making SUVs. Their new strategy involves a shift towards more lifestyle-oriented, premium and contemporary models.
Today I have the brand spanking new Mahindra XUV700, and it's a mid-size SUV and it's full of surprises. This SUV is pitched as an affordable alternative to cars such as the Mitsubishi Outlander and the Nissan X-Trail. That sounds like a pretty ideal scenario, so let's see how it does.
First off, this isn't a spaceship or anything. It's not out there, but it's tidy, contemporary, and fits well within the design norms of today.
The exterior design is uniquely distinct, but it's not overstated, and I actually really like it.
You can see there's some solid effort being put into the design.
The first thing I have to talk about is this gorgeous chrome satin grille and the new Mahindra Twin Peaks badging. It's a real sign of maturity and also reflects how the brand is evolving.
It has LED lights that add to its prominence.
I love the size and the angles of these LED headlights, and they're actually high beam auto dimming. So over 80 kilometers, it will automatically dim when the car gets too close in front of you.
Side on is where the boxiness of the design shows more. However, there's some nice flowing contours and they sit well on their set of 18-inch alloys.
The door handles are flush when the car is locked. And this is a feature we've seen on Range Rover, and they pop out. So the lower spec one is a manual, you've got to push it, and then the higher spec one is automatic.
The rear has some more curves and contours and also features LED tail lamps. And to cap it all off, you can choose from 5 different colours.
For now, there is only one engine choice available under the bonnet.
It's a 2-litre turbo GDI petrol engine. It's pretty impressive, providing a decent kick with maximum power output of 149.2 kilowatts and 380 newton meters of torque. It's hooked up to a 6-speed ACEN automatic transmission.
Official fuel consumption is listed at 8.3 litres combined, and that's fairly accurate. We've been getting very similar.
It's got a 60-litre fuel tank that should allow for 720 kilometres of range.
The drive really demonstrates a surprising blend of capable power and intelligent performance.
It's turbocharged, and the way it adjusts to conditions makes driving it a real blast.
So 0 to 100 is listed at 10.3 seconds. So that's certainly not going to win any races, but it never feels sluggish, and that's what's really important.
Getting the opportunity to drive it on a track really demonstrated how it even performs in sportier conditions. And steering was light, but really precise.
And I also have to just point out how quiet and smooth the drive is. And that's probably thanks to Mahindra putting in over 1 million hours in fine-tuning the suspension.
It also didn't feel boaty when you take corners at high speeds, not like I would have expected for such a car.
The frequency selective dampening, which is Mahindra's fancy suspension tuning intuitive system, the car adapts to your terrain, and it really does feel comfortable in all situations.
My first lap was definitely a little more conservative. But then after feeling how the car grips the road, I threw caution to the wind. It's a 7-seater that drives and handles like a small SUV, which will help keep it comfortable to maneuver in most conditions.
As far as visibility, it's pretty good all round, except if that middle headrest is in, it does block out a big part of the back windscreen. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a fold-back feature, you have to remove it. That's something I have to point out.
Inside the XUV700, there's an impressive amount of gadgets and gizmos. They've even added this nice off-white interior, which I love. But if you're not a fan of light, that's kind of tough luck because it's your only choice at the moment.
The XUV700 comes with this nice sky roof all the way. And if you're not a fan of sky roofs, well, I guess you can enjoy this video from the comfort of a dark cave. But on a serious note, it has been great, but though we haven't had a chance to test it in summer, and it has got a decent blind. But again, interested to see what it does in those really hot days.
The highlight has to be the dual 10.25-inch super screen, which displays all the info you need. You also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as a 360 camera view.
So the resolution's okay, but it could be better. It's not up to the standard of like Hyundai. There is a good widescreen feature. The colors are vivid, but the great thing is it's very easy on the eye. Like, it doesn't blast you with brightness. And it's really good in all visibility conditions, even with the sky roof open.
There's a 12-speaker 3D Sony surround sound system, which is fantastic. While some bits and bobs aren't as polished as you might find in the competition, it's definitely a huge step up from the XUV700.
And there's bottle holders in the door, and there's also cup holders in the armrest. So again, for 2 people, it's very nice.
It's a 7-seater, so you've got flexibility in how you set it up.
So the second row is very comfortable if you're in either of these side seats. There are air vents and there's a USB-C port. The front only gets USB, which, I don't know, maybe it's because kids are so much more advanced than their parents these days. And this middle seat, I do have to say, although the floor is nice and flat and the knee angle is great, what is with the headrest being so far forward? Is it for people with like computer-related neck issues? Anyway, I would just take this out because, as mentioned before, it also blocks your vision while driving.
The boot is very spacious, especially with the third row down.
Safety has been given paramount importance in the XUV700.
It has key safety features like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and automatic emergency braking, which I tested properly. They've also thrown in a blind view monitor that displays a blind spot camera feed in the center of the dash. The XUV700 comes with up to 7 airbags covering all 3 rows. You've also got auto booster headlamps and electronic park brake in the top trims. There's also the forward collision warning and lane departure warning to keep you on your toes.
And if you're not a fan of some features, you can switch them off at the driver's menu. Now here's one of the big reasons to like the XUV700, and thankfully it's not the only one.
They start from $36,990 drive away for the AX7 and $39,990 drive away for the AX7L. Wow, that's competitive. And it comes with a 7-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty and 7 years of roadside assist. Servicing is recommended every 12 months or every 10,000 kilometers.
So what's the final word? Well, I have to say, this is my first Mahindra to review, and I was really surprised and impressed. And it's a decent and competitive offering in the mid-size SUV market.
It's got power, style, and a load of tech. The interiors are comfortable and well equipped and definitely feel luxy. Safety features are robust and it's got a distinct and attractive look to it. This XUV700 boldly pushes Mahindra into the Aussie market. The current market scenario puts a lot of weight on availability when buying new vehicles. And there are no signs of any supply issues either, which is a massive factor when buying a car right now.
So it looks great, it has a wide range of awesome features, and one of the other big reasons to really like it, there's plenty of stock available and that looks like it's going to continue. So Mahindra are going to make a big splash with this on the market. Thanks again for watching CarTell.tv. So what do you think of the Mahindra? Has anyone actually driven one? Let us know all your feedback in the comments, and my only feedback is I'm freezing and I would have liked heated seats, but I guess you can't have it all. See you in the next review. Peace.